Yeah, Marvin. Go ahead and mute.
Sure.
Yeah, Marvin. Yeah.
All right. You
Go
want
ahead
me to
and
mute my
put your
mic?
mic on mute for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, bless up, bless up. I'm here talking to myself again. I had to unmute my mic. Welcome to another episode of the Troy Graham Experience. I am the aforementioned Troy Graham. And today, I had something on my mind today. I know fatherhood is coming, Father's Day is coming up on Sunday. And me in boxing, I've always wondered why boxing never had any shows on Father's Day or never really celebrated Father's Day. Because both kind of go together as one. Neither one gets the love or appreciation that they should get. And I mean, it has its ebbs and flows sometimes. If one boxer messes up real bad, then all of them are viewed as that. If one father's a deadbeat, then all the rest of the fathers have to be deadbeats. And then just is so much. They have so much in common, but neither one is celebrated, appreciated, or loved like it should be. And why is that? I got a special guest today, my brother, Mr. Marvin McDowell, him from the Umar Boxing in Baltimore, Maryland. I like to call the brother, which he is, the champion maker. He's in the building today, y'all. What's up, brother?
Hey,
How you
how's
doing?
everything? How's everybody?
I'm
I'm
doing
good.
good, man. Yeah, man. I know Father's Day is coming up, and as usual, man, it's Father's Day's on Sunday, correct? Right? It's
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah. Always on a Sunday. Yeah,
Yeah, but you don't
yeah.
see a lot of commercials. There's no big like buzz for it. I mean, if anything, you see them stupid commercials about people getting ties or tools or something stupid like that all the time. You never see the same love, and kind of like with boxing, unless it's a so-called big fight, it don't really get the love. People are saying nowadays that boxing is a niche sport. When the hell did that come about? When did boxing become a niche sport? Like something you just
Yeah,
throw
well,
off to the side?
that's not true. You got a lot of boxing fans, man, that really love boxing and understand boxing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel that there's some kind of niches involved in it, man. You know, because from what I know, man, people go all out for especially in championship boxing, man. You
Yep.
know,
Well, you know what, Marvin? It boils down to, when it comes to boxing, at least, it boils down to personality and skill. If you
yeah,
have the
yeah.
skill and you have the personality, then you could survive anything in boxing, right?
Yeah, yeah, that sells, man. That sells
Yeah.
real big.
Tyson's proof of that. He's 57 and still his name still opened doors and put asses in seats, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
And and then you have the flip side to that, which is Adrian Broner, who need to go sit down somewhere. His days have passed him by,
You got
right?
you got butts in every sport, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely do. Now, Marvin, you know a whole lot more of the history of boxing than I do. Can you name some of the great father-son fighters or some of the great fathers in boxing? Like guys who were just,
Well,
guys who had sons.
Sugar Shane Mosley and his father.
Right. But his
Sugar
son is
Shane
not a great
Mosley and his
fighter, though.
father were good, man.
No, I'm saying fathers who
Huh?
were champions and that were real good fighters, and their sons followed behind them and became even better fighters and champions.
It's not really many, that kind of, for went their fathers, man. Like
Hmm.
my son was a boxer, and he accomplished some of the things that I accomplished. You know,
Okay.
but he wasn't me, you know,
Right.
you know, he had a big fan base and, you know, he turned professional, but he only had 2 pro fights and you know, he moved on from boxing. He's a sheriff now.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well, man. Nephew's doing pretty well.
Yeah,
He's doing good for himself. Now, Floyd Patterson and Tracy Harris Patterson, they were successful for a while in boxing, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else followed behind their father that became a good fighter like their father. I'm trying to think. I know, when it comes to the daughters, you have Ali's daughter, right? Layla
Right.
Ali. She followed behind her father. She made a big name for herself on the female side of boxing, right?
Yeah. Archie Moore had a daughter, but I think she fought a little bit, and
I didn't
I
know
think
that.
she started promoting fights. Yeah,
Yeah,
Archie Moore. Yeah,
yeah, and I
he
know
had a
that
daughter that's involved in boxing.
Frazier had a son also, and he was good until he ran into Tyson and Larry Holmes.
Yeah, Marvis Frazier.
Yeah, I think they moved him along too fast, Marvin. I think they just moved him along too fast, because
Kind of breaking up, Troy.
okay, Marvin, can you hear me better now or now? Huh?
Yeah, you kind of breaking up.
I'm breaking
Yeah, I
up.
got you now.
Okay, okay, good. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, I was saying about Marvis Frazier. I think they moved him along too fast because why was he in with Tyson that early in his career? Can you hear me, Marvin?
Wait a minute, you breaking up. I'm trying to get on
Okay,
some
let me
Wi-Fi.
take it off.
Get on somebody
Hold on a
else's
second.
Wi-Fi.
Huh? Let me take it off the thing. I had it on the thing. How do I sound now? I sound any clearer? I must. Nope. Okay, let me change rooms. Let me change rooms real quick. See if that makes a difference. What's up, Alonzo? Alonzo, amazing. I don't know if you can hear me. All right, let me switch rooms real quick, Marvin. Tell me when you can hear me. By the way, how do I sound now?
I hear you now.
Okay, good. I'm gonna walk to get to the couch here. All right, how am I sounding now? Clear, Marvin?
Uh, say something.
How about over here? I sound clear over here?
Still
I
breaking.
sound, huh? I'm sound.
You
How do
say
I sound
something
right
again?
here? How about right here?
Still breaking.
Still? Okay. How about here? I should be clear right
Yeah,
here. I'm clear right here?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I
Okay.
can't see.
Yeah, I'm kind of standing behind. I can turn on the light. I'm in the dark.
Yeah,
You can see me a little bit now, right?
yeah,
All right. Yeah,
yeah,
what I was
yeah,
what
yeah. You good now?
yeah, what I was saying with Frazier's son is I think they moved him along too fast. Because why was he fighting the Holmes and the Tyson so early in his career?
I didn't get you.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I move over here. How about here?
Yeah, you clear. Yeah, you clear.
Good. Good. Let me sit down. Okay. All right, am I still clear?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What I was saying about Marvin's son, Frazier's son, is I just think they moved him along too fast because he was putting it
yeah.
Holmes
But
early.
but too.
Hmm.
But see, I think his father was kind of live his life through him.
That happens. That definitely happens. That definitely happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely happens. I'm trying to think who else. Chavez's son. Remember Julio Cesar Chavez, right?
Oh,
Julio Cesar
yeah,
Chavez.
yeah, yeah. He never would be on the same plane as him. Think that we
No, he won't be.
he,
Alonzo Morning. I was about to call you. Alonzo, amazing. Bless up, man. Good to see you. But yeah, he didn't really do too much of nothing, did he? Chavez's son. Yeah, I don't know if he did it. Can you still hear me, Marvin?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying that Chavez's son didn't do too much of nothing. He
No.
just kind of living off his father's name.
Yeah. He trained when he wanted. He just did everything the wrong way.
Yeah, he did, and that's why his career was cut short like that. I'm trying to think who else. Who
Yeah,
else
no, did he? I don't think he won a title either, did he?
did he win a title? I'm trying. I want to say he did, or he either fought for one, or he
He
won
won
one.
some kind of. It wasn't a world title, but it was something like a Continental Americas or something, man. I
Did he
don't think it
fight
was a
Alvarez?
regular title.
Did he fight Canelo?
Yeah, I think Canelo beat him.
Okay, okay, I think so. I'm trying to think who else here fought at the same time that their father did, and I can't think of anybody. I know Ali had a son, but he never fought. Uh,
Right.
Frazier had a daughter too. Remember Frazier's daughter
Yeah,
fought Ali's daughter?
She fought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And she was a lawyer. Ali Frazier's daughter was
Yep.
a lawyer.
It's
Yeah.
Jackie Frazier.
Okay. Well, you got better memory than me, but why do you think like fatherhood in boxing has been put on the back burner though? It just feels like we not as fathers we not appreciated as much, man. Even
Yeah,
to the
well,
point that,
as far as that, like a father, especially fathers that never boxed, that's in a
yeah, just
box,
fathers in general.
that's in a like, they sort of uh, uh they get in and they try to handle things that they don't really know much about, but because they are the father, just like Haney,
Okay.
Haney father, he never boxed and he handled his business, but he always had to have somebody that has that boxing knowledge in his son's life. You know.
That was listen. That would be the smart thing to do. And you know who else should have done that? Felix Trinidad's dad should have done that. Even though
Yeah,
Felix Trinidad had a
yeah,
great, had a great career, his career could have been longer because you saw some deficiencies in him once he fought, guys that were real good boxers like Hopkins and Wright, right? And Forrest. No. I'm sorry. No, he didn't fight Forrest. That was Shane. Hopkins
yeah,
Winky Wright took him to school, right?
yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah,
he had that thing like Joe Louis where he would shuffle forward. He would shuffle forward and just come at you in a straight line. And Hopkins killed him the whole night with that. Who else
yeah,
had their father? Who else had their father in
yeah.
their corner, Marvin?
What was that?
Who else had their father in their corner? I know Shane Mosley had his father in his corner.
Uh, yeah. Man. But it
And
wasn't really many that was successful, man.
right. It wasn't many that was the other boy from over there, the Welch fighter, he's undefeated. Oh Lord, he was boring as hell. He fought
Oh
Jones
yeah, I
and
know you're
Hopkins.
talking about.
Yeah, he fought Jones and
Yeah,
Hopkins
he
in the
beat
11 year.
everybody. He retired undefeated.
Yeah, what's his name again? He's the
Man, I
one that
forgot.
he's the one that Hopkins said he got to that trouble, and Hopkins said that he ain't gonna lose to no white boy, and then he ended up losing to him.
Yeah,
Paul
yeah,
Frock.
yeah.
No, it's
Sure
not
enough.
called Frock. It's not called Frock. It's I can't think of the cat's name, but he was boring. His father, on the other hand, was just woo. His father would get in his face and jump down. His father would cuss. All of
Yeah,
that, boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think which kind of father is in it too?
Mhm.
Tyson Fury. His
Yeah.
father's involved
Yeah.
in
His
it too.
father's a clown. His father's just a big. He's a promoter at best. He's a big clown and a promoter. He don't do
Yeah,
nothing else. And of course, And then of course we got T.O. and his father, right?
Yeah, Teofilo Lopez.
Yeah, yeah, you got him, and then I just had someone in my head too. Terry Norris.
The Terry
Terry,
Norris.
yeah. Terry and
I don't,
Orlin Norris. You know, their father,
I don't think
their
that.
father
I
was in the
don't think
corner.
their father trained. I never heard
Yeah,
about
yeah,
their father training.
yeah. He was in their corner. Yeah, that was
Oh
their
yeah.
father.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Their father was right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, their father was right there in the corner, and there was somebody else, Buddy McGirt. I don't. Did he train his son? I know he had a
Buddy
son who
McGirt.
boxed. Yeah, and I know that Joppy's son right now, who's an amateur, Joppy's working with him. I think he's junior. You know, William
Yeah.
Joppy Jr. But
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah. But you don't hear much about him though.
Nah, because I actually rode with y'all that time to Palmer Park. Remember? I rode with
Uh.
y'all to Palmer Park that day, and that's how I got to see Junior. That's how I got to see William Joppy Jr. And you introduced me to brother from Headbangers
Yeah.
and,
Barry Hunter.
and Barry Hunter. And he was talking to Adrian Broner at the time.
Mm.
Adrian Broner and his people, I guess they thought they were bigger than what they were. They had these SUVs, and they didn't park them in the parking lot. They kind of double
Yeah.
parked it,
They.
right? Yeah. And he kept warning them, look, man.
Mm,
Yeah. Look, man. This
they
ain't
gonna
Ohio.
told him.
You need to
Mm.
go move you need to move your cars, man. This ain't Ohio, man.
Yeah. Did you know that Adrian Broner got an identical twin brother?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did know that.
Yeah.
He's a rapper. He's
Yeah.
a rapper. Yeah, but look, man. What do you think? You think it's time for him to sit down, right? I'm asking you.
Yeah. It is. It is. He can't do no more, and he gonna
No, he
wind up
can't.
getting hurt.
He got hurt. He's gonna get. I think. I think with him, he's the case that people. If you really love him, you need to watch out for him or get him settled down and put him in a program because he's more than physically damaged. He's emotionally and mentally damaged too, I think. What do you think?
Yeah.
Because
And I
he just
think too is that
Mhm.
drugs played a big part in it too.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, he had the world in his hand at one point. He had the world in his hand at one
But he didn't
point.
realize it. He didn't realize it
No,
though.
he
He
was
didn't
he was playing a
realize.
character because nobody in their right mind flushes money down
Yeah.
the toilet. Who flushes money down the toilet?
Yeah.
I listen, Marvin.
Well, it damn sure wouldn't be me.
If I have $1 billion, I'm still clipping coupons. I don't care. I'm just cheap like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't care. I'm still looking for investors and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Because look, because I don't want to lose it. I just don't want to lose it. I'm not going to be flushing money down,
Right.
throw money out the window and say, hey, man, take this, man. Just a couple of 20s and all that, right? No.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you come across fools. There are fools everywhere, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to tell Jay-Z to, let's just say Adrian, remember he had that deal with Jay-Z for $40 million? Remember when Jay-Z was in boxing? After that, man, the boy,
Mm.
yeah, man, the boy actually told Jay-Z that he had to suck his so and so and so and so. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, because Jay-Z had a Rock Nation, right?
Right. He had Rock Nation. He
Yeah.
had Rock Nation. Matter of fact, Adrian Broner's father was in his corner. He was on brushing his hair. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a heavyset dude that does
But
it.
his father had no control over him, man.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, obviously not. His
Yeah.
father is the one that goes around doing the fancy pad work now, and you can't really stand that because no one's gonna stand in front of you and throw that many punches, and no one's gonna stand in front of you. At all the years you've been boxing, you ever see anybody just stand there and take 30 punches?
Oh. Yeah, the man that's holding the pads. The man that's holding the pads. The
Yeah,
man that's
thank you.
holding the pads. He the only one going to get hit with 30 punches and not moving.
Yeah, just not move. Yeah, that's crazy. And then now when you talk about fathers and son, you got to talk about Wilder now because we're gonna get to other things, but Wilder's father appeared back in his life or whatever. I don't know if he was always in his life or not, but he's
He
telling him to find.
wasn't.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
What
he
he telling him?
wasn't. You know, his father jumped on a bandwagon because he probably reached out to him, you know,
Hmm.
and everybody want to know where they come from. So I
Right.
guess he's in a position, to give his father a chance, and I guess he's trying to get him back in his life, and maybe he can
Hmm.
be the grandfather to his daughter. That he
Children, plural.
wasn't, that the father wasn't. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Because to me
Children
personally,
make you change, man.
okay, now you're a father and you have a son who boxes. If you're based on his last four fights, this is the one going back to his last fight with Fury. Then he fought Helenius, right? And then he
Yeah.
fought
Uh huh.
Parker, and then recently he fought Zhang. And he's been boxing now for
Hmm.
over, I don't know, he turned pro when he was 2019, whatever. After seeing all that, would you tell your son keep on boxing? That you got a couple more years left?
I would tell him, man, it's over. Don't go out there and embarrass yourself, man. You know, you had a good run while you was doing it. It's time to
No
hang it up.
kidding. Yeah, yeah. I mean, because
See,
if you
because
have any,
I'm gonna tell him, look, man, I don't want to take care of you
yeah,
because when you get hurt, it'll be just like you're a kid again. I already raised you, you know, and I don't want to keep raising you and looking out for you because you're a grown man now. So I'm saying
yeah,
stop it, you know, before something happens. Whereas I have to come right back and do the same thing I was doing when you was growing up, you know.
yeah. That part is rough. I mean, I don't know how you gonna look at his last four fights and tell him that he still got something left. Uh, so obviously he doesn't.
Well,
He's not.
if he's still a marketable guy making money, you know, they'll try to do something with that. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise than that, man, if he really care about his son, really care about their relationship and everything, he should advise him to stop boxing, man,
Mm, well,
because it
well,
gets no better. It
well.
start to get
He's
dangerous.
well, yeah, but he's telling him to fire Molly Scott, which I have no problem with, and just get a better trainer. And you'll be all right. He's 38. Can he get any better?
Yeah, I'm saying he can't get no better, man. He had his time, and his time is run up,
Yeah, and
you
and the
know.
fact
And
is,
it's
the
just
fact is
plain
that he
and
just
simple.
wasn't coachable. That's why he got all these yes people around
Right,
him. He just wasn't coachable,
right.
right?
And see, here's the trick to all this stuff, man. If you got a good matchmaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people don't give the matchmakers the credit that they get should have. But if you got a great matchmaker, man, he can match you up with somebody, man, that make you look like you just like you need another world title, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And and you know, and you got some matchmakers, man, that will make it real hard for you too, you know? So I'm
Yeah, because
telling
I
you,
remember,
a lot of
I
people
remember,
don't really know how important the matchmakers are.
yeah, because I remember Corey T Rex Saunders. That actually happened to him.
Yeah. But a lot of times people don't have the heart to say when it's over, it's over.
Young man, Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Corey.
got
Corey
you
was
now. Yeah.
yeah. Corey was a good
What do
young
you
man
call
because I met
himself? T
him.
Rex, right?
T Rex, yeah. I met Corey when he was
Yeah.
19 at the gym in Crofton. I was 26 years old when I met him,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, he was young and just he was built like he was big like George Foreman. But like I
Yeah.
said, yeah, they threw their boy in with Bigfoot Martin, Riddick Bowe, I think,
Yeah.
early on in his career, right?
Uh-huh.
Why? I mean, why would he do that? Why would you do that to that young man? You don't throw him in with Bigfoot
Well,
when he don't have no pro fights, man.
yeah, but I'm saying, like everybody hustling. Everybody won't get paid. Everybody won't be a part of the situation and part of the problem, man.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Money rules the world.
his trainer, right? His trainer was Adrian's son, one of Adrian's son, the a trainer. What's his name? Adrian. He was at your gym. Adrian.
Adrian Davis.
Yeah, I, I think
Yeah.
that was his oldest son who was the manager. He wore a Kofi. Yeah, okay. Well,
Cool. Yeah.
that was him. I just never
No, that
liked him.
was his brother. That was his brother.
Oh, that was his brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never
Yeah, that was
cared
his
for the
brother.
brother. I never cared for him, man. It broke my heart to see what they did to that young man early, because he had a chance to
Yeah,
do
but
something with himself.
see too is that a lot of times, man, they have to realize for themselves, man. They gotta be able to try to sort of take charge of what's going on in your life. Especially if it ain't
Yeah.
going right. You would have sense enough to try to do some things yourself, man, and make different connections.
Yes, sir.
But a lot of times, man, I'm gonna tell you this, right? In boxing, you know, people don't always tell you the truth and they don't give you the guidance that you need that you can
No.
make your career right. You know,
Right.
everybody
That's
always
true.
has something up their sleeve, man. You don't really have true people out here, man. Everybody hustling.
Yeah. Everybody is hustling. Everybody out for themselves. Uh, I still, I still feel it seems to me nowadays that people talk down the sport and claim that they love it, but they talk it down more so than they love it. They call it, like I said, they call it a niche sport. They say that boxing really, you know, and and people are sheep. They just keep repeating the same things they hear. Well, yeah, most of the great fighters are playing football. No, most of the great football players are playing football. If they were going to be great fighters, then they would have gotten the boxing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They, they, they wouldn't have played football.
yeah, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
see I don't see Anthony Joshua out there catching no balls or playing defense or anything, right?
yeah, yeah. And I'm saying too, it's over for him too. You know, he's a good
Well,
boxer and everything, man. But his heart is not really in it.
no, but you know what they did? His people, they must have got somebody new in his camp, and they build him back up. They build his mind and everything back up, right? I- If
Yeah.
he beat
Uh,
Dubois, which he should beat Dubois, right? He should beat him. He should
yeah.
not lose to Dubois. Then he could say, well, I could challenge for the championship again. And if he loses, then he could say, well, I had a career and I ran into a man I can't beat, right?
Yeah,
You know,
but
he.
in boxing, right?
Mhm.
Especially specifically the heavyweights, they stay around a long time, man. Especially if you got a good one, man. Because
Yeah,
most of the guys that are contenders and everything, they're in their mid-30s, man. You know,
yeah, yeah,
and most of
yeah,
them are over 30.
yeah. Well,
And
no,
that
you got
goes to
one of
show
them.
you what kind of new crop is coming up, man.
Yeah,
Because
you have one or
like
two of them.
not huh?
No, no, I was gonna say you have one of them over here. He's being pushed as the next big heavyweight thing. That's Jared Anderson, right? He's being pushed. Then in England, you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
Wardley.
yeah. But I'm tell you this, man. I trained a guy, call him Big Philly.
Yeah,
But
I know
see,
who
this
Philly is.
guy, man, I'm saying if he really got serious, because he still have a little time, but if he really
Hmm.
got serious, man, he would be up there. He would be in contention, man. But he got to grow up a little more, man.
Mm.
I'm saying this kid was very talented, man. He's down in Florida right now. I think he's like maybe 3 or 4-0 as a pro. Matter of fact,
Mm.
he got Wilder ready for one of his championship title
Yeah,
fights.
yeah. I think it was a
Cortez
Fury fight,
Dustin.
right? It was the Fury fight,
Yeah,
the last
yep.
Fury
The
fight, right?
second Fury fight.
Second Fury
Yeah,
fight. Okay. Well, that didn't work out.
yeah. But this kid, man, is very talented. I called him Philly Ali. And I'm saying,
Yeah.
man, he was one of the top heavyweights out here in the amateurs, man. And he just couldn't get his personal life together, man. Because if he got his personal life together and stayed focused, man, he would be something out here, man.
Yeah. Because I watched him for years in your gym, man. That dude, he was kind of effortless
Yeah,
with it. He was
I'm
very
saying this
effortless with
kid,
it, man.
yeah, yeah, and he got the heart of a lion, man. You know,
Mhm. He was just kind of effortless.
it's
I've never
just,
seen somebody that big move around the ring like that. Like it was just effortless to him. He was just,
yeah,
he was
yeah, that's why
just,
I call him Philly Ali. He was light on
and
his
he
feet.
fast too.
He threw
He's
nice
fast.
combinations. Yeah, yeah, yep.
Yeah, because I know he said he sparred with another prospect that was coming up. Everybody was saying he's the next this or that. Mac Truck, a guy called Mac Truck out of Georgia, supposed to be the next Tyson. And Big Philly said he handled him. He couldn't do, yeah, Mac
hmm
Truck couldn't do nothing with him. But yeah, but Philly's what 6'4" Marvin or 6'3"?
Uh, 6'4",
Yeah, and Mac Truck is about 5'10".
6'4.5".
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm
but
saying, man, he wasn't scared of nothing, man.
I didn't hear you, Marvin.
I say he wasn't scared of nothing.
Yeah,
Anybody I put in front of him, man, he would take care of, man.
yeah, he was honestly,
But he
hopefully.
just couldn't really get his personal life together.
Mm. And you know what? That's something that a lot of fans take for granted because we see these dudes that are pros of boxing now. They don't realize that it's a lot of pieces that got to go into that puzzle. It's not just a skill, right? You got to be
Yeah,
mentally tough. You
right,
got to be emotionally tough. You got to have a good team around you, and you got to dedicate and focus every day. You can't slip up not one
right.
time. You got that dedicated focus every time. And
Yeah.
but
And you got to
but
really have people around you that have your back no matter what.
yeah, that's the key word. You
Because
got
there's
to have
always
people.
somebody trying to slip into the teamwork, make the dream work.
Yeah, that you gotta stay focused, man, because you had a kid who was working with you, who was working with his father as well. The surgeon, right?
Yeah, 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 yep,
And he was
yep.
he was he was doing good for a while, and then something happened, and he lost his focus, right?
Well, when his father passed away,
Passed. Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to say that. Yeah, but yes. His dad passed,
yeah,
and he
yeah,
and he lost his
uh-huh,
focus, man. Because I definitely remember all
right.
the fun they used to have together. Because his father was the one, who was, I think he was back in his career, right?
Yeah,
As-
yeah,
as-
he was
as-
promoting him real well. You know,
yeah, yeah. And when he came into the gym, you said he was about 260, and he was 5'8", 5 foot, something like that.
yeah, 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 yeah. He's a big dude, got all that weight off, man. And I'm
Hmm.
saying he was a slugger, man. I taught him how to box, and man, he
Right.
was out boxing everybody, man.
Yeah.
Yep,
Because he had a good fan base. He had a good fan base for a while too.
yeah,
Remember?
yep.
Because
The
he
surgeon.
was up at Cherry
Yeah,
Hill.
yep. That's
Yeah.
right.
So and then of course, we all know how important his father was because once his father passed, I think his heart kind of fell out, man.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
heart.
Because his father was one of his biggest fans, man.
Yeah. I was in the gym. Yeah, that's yeah. Stephen and Stefan, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I was in there. Remember, because the father was a DJ. He used to do old school stuff, right?
Yeah, showing up. Yep.
Yeah, and I used to
Right.
mess around with him, telling him that he used to DJ in the old folks home. And yeah, but that's when I was bigger. I had the big
Mm-hmm.
old belly, and yeah, he would tell me to push away from the table. Remember, me and him would go back and
Mm-hmm.
forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always had fun
Yeah.
together, man. I know
He
he.
was a good. He was a real good guy, man.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. We used to have fun, boys. As soon as I walked to the gym, I saw him. It was a couple of times when you were working the pads with Stephen, right?
Uh-huh.
And you were telling him how to pivot. You were
Uh-huh.
showing him how to pivot. But the thing, and then I
Uh-huh.
said, Marvin, and you kept telling him, and then I said, Marvin, every time he pivots, he looks down. Every time he pivot, because you would tell him to pivot to the right, and sometimes he pivot to the left. So you would tell him you got to focus. And I said, Marvin, every time he pivot, he keep looking down. And I think after a while, you started hitting him with the pat. I think you hit him with an uppercut one time when he was looking down, and
Yeah.
yeah, because he was just looking down all
Yeah,
the time.
man.
Yeah, well, he finally got it, but his
Yeah,
eyes
but
went
I'm
straight
saying
down.
boxing is a situation, right? All
Hmm.
you gotta listen and pay attention and believe what a person is telling you. You know,
Yes,
once you
if you have
once
the
you
right
have them
person.
believing in you, yeah, you know. See, because me at times, man, I don't have no patience. For people that don't listen to me, man. You know,
I I think I know that.
even
Yeah.
the best that I know.
I think I
You know,
know that all too well. But yeah, because also he's not their father, but I'm gonna bring up Pepe Carrera because Sugar Ray loved him, man. He got him when Sugar Ray was ready to fight. That was the first one he called, even though he couldn't be in Sugar Ray's corner, and you know why. So we're not going to talk about that, right? But
yeah,
you know
yeah,
why he
yeah,
couldn't be in
yeah.
his corner.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and then
Uh-huh.
Simon Brown, he made Sugar Ray, and he made Simon Brown and Maurice Blocker, and with that time when they fought in Vegas, he went to the fight,
Yeah.
but he didn't train. He didn't train either one of them. He couldn't do it because he viewed them both as his sons. He just couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He could not. And the same thing he said would happen happened. He said Reese's going to outbox Simon the first couple of rounds, but then Reese's going to try and stand with him and get greedy, and that's what the hell happened, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, and if you look at both of them, Simon and Reese, right? Simon lost to Marlon Starling. Reese
Breaking up,
Reese
Troy.
got his revenge. How about now? Am I clear now? I got.
Yeah, you all right.
You okay? Yeah, yeah. Because I was saying Simon Brown lost to Marlon Starling, right? And Reese
Right.
got his revenge, and he won his first title by beating Marlon Starling. Remember? And
Yeah.
then Terry Norris knocked out Maurice, and then Simon came back and knocked out Terry
Yeah.
Norris, knocked him out good too,
Right.
left him on his damn face. But yeah,
Yeah, but I got to win. I got to win over Maurice in the amateurs, man.
yeah.
With Maurice Block in the regional championship, and I
He
beat him in the regionals to go to the nationals in Concord, California. I think that was in 1981.
he was slick back then too. He was slick back then too when he was coming up.
Well, I didn't give him a chance to get slick. I didn't give a chance. I didn't give him a chance to be slick, man.
Mm. That's good, man. That's good, man. I'm just that all these stories we hear, we got to do. I think more people should really dedicate do more stories on fathers and boxing, man. I really believe that because we just don't. We fathers
Yeah,
on
you
a whole
breaking up,
show.
Troy.
Yeah, I don't
You
know what it
breaking
is.
up.
Am I clear at all now? I sound any better? I sound any better?
You breaking up, Troy.
Wow. How about now? I sound any better now? Nah. Okay, there it is. This live has been kind of up and down, up and down. Uh-oh. I don't know. Marvin's signal is messed up. We both buffing now. But look, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully everybody can still. Okay, Marvin will come back on. Yeah. All right. We still buffing,
Hello?
Marvin.
Hey,
Yep. Yeah. How am I sounding?
still
How am I
breaking up,
sounding?
Troy.
Still? I'm in a
Sound
totally
a
different
little
room.
better.
Yeah, I'm in a totally different room now, Marvin. I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, because I moved from one room to the next. So
You paid your electric bill, right?
no, Marvin, man. I'm sitting here with candles. I got candles and incense burning, baby. I got candles and incense
Okay.
burning. Yeah. Nah, but no, how do I sound now? Clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm standing by the door like I did in Maryland. But no, what I was saying that I think that more stories should be told about fathers in boxing and just how the two kind of go hand in hand because you have some people like take Joe Frazier, right? Joe Frazier.
Uh-huh.
How do I sound? You can hear me clearly.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, you take Joe Frazier. He had 11 children. All these children were not by the same mother. It was mothers plural, right? And
Right.
he would pick all of them up, and to this day, they all still love Frazier. They love him. All of them call him daddy. I think he had one outside of that group that he didn't find out about till later on. But still, every
Mhm.
last one of them, they got a lot of respect for him and love him. And these are grown people that are grandparents now, right?
Right.
And they still love him. Same thing with Ali. His daughters love him. Don't know too much about his son, but I know his daughters really love him. Matter of
Yeah,
fact,
his
his
son was
daughters,
doing pretty bad at one time.
huh?
I said his son was doing pretty bad at one time.
Yeah, because you don't hear too much about him. You don't hear too much about him, man. You don't hear too much about him at all. And Foreman, we all know he named all his sons after him, after himself, right? They all were
Yeah, and he named
George
his
and
daughter
George.
Georgiana.
Yeah, Georgette. And I do believe
But
Shane
he
and his.
reinvented himself, man.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He came from a long
Yeah,
way,
and
man.
he came back and won the damn title, man.
He won it, and
43
he
years old.
he didn't just win the title. He won the hearts of boxing. Boxing. I mean, he brought
Yeah,
laughter to boxing. He brought a lot of entertainment and laughter to the sport. Remember? Because at the time it was a
yep.
Tyson-driven sport. It was fair. Everything was based on fair, and a lot of like that going on. Here come this big old dude who's bigger than Tyson, and he's older, and he made people laugh, right? But he could knock you dead at the same time. He could knock your ass dead at the same time, man. I don't think. How about Holmes? Does Holmes have any children?
Yeah,
Huh?
Holmes still around. He's still doing good, too, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At one
Yeah,
time, he owned just about the whole town.
yeah. Pretty much, he owned like 60% of the town that he lived in, which wasn't too far from us, right?
You're
Was it in
breaking up again,
Pennsylvania?
Troy.
Yeah, I don't. I'm still in the same spot. I haven't moved. I have not moved, but I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it short in a little bit because I don't know what's going on with the signal. But and I'll go for a few more minutes, and I'll cut it. Tell me when you can hear me clearly. You hear me clearly?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. Well, I'll just stand here with my hand on the wall and use it as an antenna. But yeah, but I don't know if I want to take that fight up, Marvin, about pushing fatherhood in boxing as one. But maybe somebody else with a whole lot more energy than me will do it because I think it's a good necessary cause. Sound good?
Now,
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Well, look, man, you have a fighter. You have a fighter. So go ahead and tell us about your fighter and when his next fight is, and let's go. I'm not going. to Go ahead. Tell us about Mr.
okay.
Mojo.
My fighter is Ahmed Muhammad Jones. We call him Mojo.
Hmm.
His next fight is July the 20th at Maryland Live Casino. It's a 6 round fight. Trying to move
Okay.
him up, and he might be going for a local championship fight uh, later on during the year,
Like a state championship.
like a regional championship, like
Regional. Okay.
ABC or something like that, man.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Now, you have anybody else that you training right now looking good?
Well, I have some up and coming guys, right? I'm getting ready to start some new guys off, give them their first competition.
Right.
I think they're going to win the first fight. You know, but otherwise than that, man, it's just kind of hard to get these kids to be consistent and dedicate
Gotcha.
themselves to it, man. And that's the problem, man.
What seems to be the main issue that makes it, at least to you, that makes you believe that they lack dedication, other than the fact that they might not show up or they don't give a lot of effort if they do
Well,
show up? But
it comes from the way that they're being raised, man.
hmm
And see, a lot of times people don't realize how important the father is to these kids and having a father in their life and having a productive father, that does what he's supposed to do. You
hmm
know, you can really tell the kids that do have that father figure in their life, man, because, they're on point.
yeah, and even sometimes when they do have a productive father, they still venture out. They gotta learn stuff the hard way. They gotta learn it
Yeah,
the hard.
but they the fools, and you got fools everywhere.
Yes, sir. And they gotta learn it the damn hard way too. But once
Yeah.
they come back around, then they'll realize, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I put you through all that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
but
I
see,
wasted all
too,
my
is that
time.
that's why they have mentors like me and you,
Mm-hmm.
right? To
Right.
really get into their ear and just make something click, because sometimes they don't want to listen to their parents because they around them every day and they watching them and they feeling that they're not doing the stuff themselves that they're telling you or telling them to do, you know.
That's right.
So
Now,
sometimes it takes an outside entity to get into their ear to make them realize what's going on.
absolutely.
And I'm
Now,
just glad that I'm in that situation that I can help these kids and help these children and these young adults move on, man, because they need a
yeah.
lot of help, man.
I was going to ask you, man, who do you believe is the most successful father and son trainer fighter duo in boxing? It don't have to be someone now. It could be from back then till now. But who do you think is the most successful father son trainer fighter?
Man, I can't even remember, man.
That makes two of us.
So, yeah,
That
I
makes
can't even remember.
Yeah, that makes two of us, man. But for right now, I'm gonna go with Felix Trinidad and his dad because they went far with what they had.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah,
Shea Mosley did his thing, but he ran into Vernon Forrest, and that cut him short. That
yeah.
cut him. Yeah,
And then Vernon Forrest's life got cut short.
yeah. He literally got shot down at a gas station in Georgia.
Yeah,
He was a good
yeah,
dude, from
running
my
after the
understanding.
person that was trying to rob him.
Yeah, which is never the best thing to do. It's not a good thing to
Yeah,
do in Baltimore. It's not a good thing to do in Atlanta.
it's not a good thing to do anywhere. Somebody got a weapon.
Mm-hmm. You figure they tried to
Yeah,
rob you,
but
they
he
got
felt,
phones.
man, I'm a boxer, man. I can beat that gun out of his hand. that
Yeah,
bullet is undefeated.
all the time. It's undefeated every damn time. I felt that loss though, man, because the dude was a good dude. He was out
Yeah,
here really
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to
He
do
was
some
a
good.
good guy, man.
Yeah, he's out here trying to do some good. Yeah.
Yeah, and he worked with this organization, man, that had mentally ill people. He used to
Mm-hmm.
support that and work there and everything, man. He was
Mm-hmm.
on his way of doing some great stuff, man. But his life was cut short.
You know what? I'm glad you brought up that mental illness because I wanted to, before I jump off, I wanted to talk about Ryan Garcia because he got arrested. I forgot what he got arrested for recently, but now, of course, he's blaming it again on mental illness. What do you think is up with it? What do you think is up with that boy,
With who?
Ryan Garcia?
Ryan Garcia. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think nothing up with him, man. I really feel that whether he had some juice in him or not, he still would have beat Haney, man.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll never know,
Haney
will
don't
we?
have a punch, and Haney don't have a chin.
Well, no, he got a chin because he didn't knock him out. He finished on his
Well,
feet.
the ref saved him. That's why.
He saved him 3 times.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, he finished on his feet, man,
I
because if
guess
he
they
was on
said, look, as long as this guy can get back up, don't you stop that fight, man.
no, but if he was no, no, but if he was going to knock him out, then he would have knocked him out. If he really was going to knock him out, he would have hit him hard enough to make him stay down. And he got up. He got up
Well,
every time.
he couldn't finish it up because when he got up, he could have jumped right back on him, and but the ref kept interfering. Let him go there, giving him time to get himself together so they could finish the fight.
No. But that's what I'm saying. If he would have hit him hard enough to the point where he couldn't have got up, then of course the ref wouldn't have mattered, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying an accumulation of his hard punches, man, will put him down if he wouldn't got up and get a chance to do it.
Yeah. Well, I just want to see a rematch, man. I want to see a rematch to see what will happen.
It ain't a rematch. It ain't a rematch.
Everybody says that.
And they talking about the judge and all, it ain't gonna happen.
But you know what? Even though Haney lost the fight, Ryan seemed to be taking the worst of it in life. He's been
Not really.
he's been getting into trouble. I mean, where does his career go after this? Who does he fight next? Ryan Garcia.
Like he's a very popular guy. Ryan Garcia is a very popular guy. He's an Instagram champion.
Yeah.
So anything that he would do, he'll get the attention and he's gonna make some money out of it.
Yeah. So he's gonna become Sideshow Bob like Jake Paul?
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what it's all about. It's all about money that you love.
Well, we'll see how Spence look in
So
this
if you got
fight.
some kind of coach.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think about Spence now coming back?
No,
what do you think about
dangerous.
Spence? Yeah, what do you think about
I
Spence
think
coming
Spence should hang it up. He should hang it up.
Yeah?
Of course.
After
He's a
one loss?
damaged fighter.
Mm.
No. After that, he lost in that accident, man.
He had 2 accidents. You know what, Marvin? You can't say it was an accident. The boy was drunk both times. Wasn't it really an accident? It was basically his fault both times, right? So
He got his teeth knocked out. He had a concussion.
That sounds like Broner. That sounds like Adrian Broner. Yeah.
Well, Broner's career is over too.
Yeah, Broner needs some help. He needs some serious help before he gets seriously hurt. I think Broner really needs some help. Adrian Broner. I think he needs some.
What he needs to do is to get into rehab, man.
Yeah. You need to. Well, he got to rehab your soul and all that too, man. Because I don't know what's up with him outside of the ring, but he don't need to be fighting no more. He can't fight. He can't fight, Marvin.
You breaking up.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I'm saying he can't
What's
fight.
it?
He can't fight. This is Broner. He can't fight.
Well, a lot of times he was waiting for the perfect punch that would never happen.
Yeah. He can't even be a gatekeeper.
Kept waiting. Yeah.
Yeah, Broner can't even be a gatekeeper right now. He can't be nothing.
Yeah. You gotta give it up.
Yeah. He just don't need to fight
no over.
Yeah. Wilder over.
As long as he got that little name, he still can make some money. But is that he's gonna have to use that money to keep himself alive, to keep messing up like that.
Yeah. Because he looked bad.
All they're gonna do is make money to pay the hospital bills.
He looks shot. He just looks like he's shot, like he has nothing left. He don't look like he got nothing left.
And they thought that because they thought that Kenny and Calvin could resurrect his career, man.
How?
I heard that this kid don't listen, and he does what he want to do, and it shows.
That sounds like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I'm saying, hey,
That sounds just like Deontay Wilder. That's why he never had a
Yeah,
real
I
coach.
never heard nobody do this whole thing by themselves, man.
Me neither.
You cannot do it by yourself.
Mark
Huh?
Brilliant said. I remember when Mark Brilliant was interviewed years ago. He said Wilder only listened
Yeah,
to him sometimes. Sometimes,
right.
right?
Yeah,
You can't do that, man. Can't
right.
freaking do that. Yeah. But I tell you what, it's coming around to about 3 o'clock. We're gonna shut it down a little bit. About we got about 5, 8 more minutes going on. But I just think that those three right there that we talked about, Broner, Wilder, and Garcia, that just shows the ignorance of boxing. It doesn't really give boxing a good light. I much rather talk about some positive stuff like Tank. How do you think that fight's gonna go with Tank and Frank Martin?
It ain't going no more than 6, 7 rounds, man.
You don't think it's gonna be a little bit more difficult than that?
What have Frank Martin done to prove that would be difficult?
I guess same thing that
Fighting
Tank has done.
fighters, man, 5-12, fighting fighters 12-26, fighting fighters 0-2. You know, I'm saying
0-2.
I don't even really see why he's fighting Tank. He haven't really proven himself to be a legitimate opponent.
Because he's the safest black fighter that they could fight to fight Tank. Because people are saying that Tank don't fight black fighters. Frank, you know this already. Frank is the safest black fighter that's supposed to
Tank,
be slick black fighter.
Tank, Tank will fight anyone.
He will fight anyone, but they're not putting him in there with a lot of his contemporaries throughout his whole career. They didn't. Okay, well, listen.
Man, come on, man. Come
No,
on,
no, no,
man.
no, no.
Come on, man.
No, no, no.
And I'm not no real big Tank fan, right? But I
Mhm.
do know that Tank can fight, and Tank will fight anyone that they put in front of him.
Yes, he definitely could fight. But let me ask you about his competition because you would know better than me. What do you think as a trainer about his competition?
The competition that he had, how many titles do he have?
I don't even
Three,
know my.
right?
Yeah,
He's a three-time world champ, man,
is he?
and he's still undefeated. Yeah,
I,
he
I
won
didn't
the
know.
lightweight championship, super lightweight championship, and the 130-pound championship.
Okay, okay. Well, you cracked my face. I didn't know he had 3 championships. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta check the record, man.
Yeah. Okay, but what do you feel about his competition though?
This competition, he had to fight,
Yeah, because
and he and everybody that he fought had good records, man.
yeah. So how come he never? Because I'm just coming from another side. How come he never fought like the Lomachinkos of the world, who was always there?
How come Lomachenko never asked to fight him?
How come he didn't fight the TOs, the Haneys of the world? They were right there.
Have you heard any of them call him out?
Yes. Yeah. Haney called him out, and his trainer told him to keep his name out of his mouth.
Hey, don't want no money.
Huh?
That money, Tank would knock Haney out.
I guess so. I guess we won't know, will we?
Well, I'm saying we'll know. We'll know when they fight, and I'll pick Tank as the winner. Them
Oh,
guys
okay.
can't do nothing with Tank, man.
Hey, I'm just going. I'm just going on. Hey, I'm just playing the other side of it, brother. I'm playing the other side of it. They call
Yeah,
me.
but what I'm saying, when you know boxing like I know boxing, and when you know that fighter, I know Tank personally,
Uh-huh.
right? He's a mean, vicious guy, and he will hurt you.
Now, now, Marvin, you're the only one up here that know boxing. I'm gonna treat you like
Huh?
a trick. No, no. What I'm saying is, I actually know a thing about the sport too, right?
Yeah.
Uh huh. But I just think, man, personally, I don't see I don't see him losing to Frank Martin. I just wanted to start fighting guys now that were there all along that actually were just as accomplished as him. You know, fight the Lomachenkos, fight the uh, fight the Shakurs, and see what I'm not really impressed with Shakur. Oh man, you fell off again, Marvin. All right, well, hurry up and come back, Marvin, so we can finish this conversation. But yeah, man, I just want to see him fight his contemporaries. That's Tank. I really want to see him fight his contemporaries, man, and see what comes out of that. Because I'm a fan of Tanks. That goes without. Let me get back on camera. I'm a fan of Tanks. So when you hear me and Marvin talking about it, and I'm playing devil's advocate, that's all that it is. I'm playing devil's advocate. I still believe. I still want to see the Lomachenko fight. I don't care what nobody think. I want to see the Shakur fight, even though I'm not a big fan of Mr. Shakur. I'm really not a big fan of his. Push come to shove, I want to see the Haney fight, right? I even want to see him fight Russell at 140. I want to see him fight Russell at 140 too. I mean, I want to see those fights. I definitely want to see him, and all of that. But we'll see, man. We will see what happens. Let me hold on, y'all. Let me see if I get Marvin back real quick. But yeah, now Marvin will come back on. He'll definitely come back on. But yeah, but let me jump off real quick. Well, y'all can still hear me. Y'all can still hear me. So I'm gonna send him a message and see if he's there. Mm. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I reached out to him, but what I'm saying is, when it comes to Tank, if you listen, I come from a place of boxing. So does Marvin. That you can't leave anything. Bernard said it best. When you look back at his career, ain't gonna be no asterisk. You know, his wins, his losses, ain't gonna be no asterisk. You're not gonna say, well, he didn't fight this one, he didn't fight that one, because he fought them all. He fought them all. He fought and beat most of them, and he fought them all. So ain't gonna be no asterisk. Well, Bernard didn't fight this one. Well, Bernard didn't fight that. You don't hear nobody say that, do you? Do you hear anybody say that? You might hear people say, well, some of his fights were ugly, right? But you don't hear anybody saying, well, why didn't he fight this one or that one? Because he fought them all. That's all I want for Tank. Fight them all. Don't leave any question marks. Don't leave any asterisks. Fight every last damn one of them. Fight the Lomachenkos. Fight the Haneys. Go fight Russell. Go fight Super Du Martinez, whatever his name is. Frank Martin is not an opponent to get excited about. Never a champ and never has faced any. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He's the safest black fighter that they could find for him. I know what it is. I'm just the only one bold enough to say it. If I go on somebody else's panel and say it, they'll tell me I'm a hater because they're stupid. They're just plain stupid. This is my house over here. I get to say what I want to say, Alonzo. So definitely. So yeah, man. I just feel that I want to see. You never really questioned whether the Leonards, the Hearns, the Durans, and all of them of the world. How come he ain't fight Hearns? How come he ain't fight Wilfredo? Benitez, how come he ain't fight Duran? You never really heard those questions because they fought each other, even though, to me, they all left a man out on the table. And that man was Mike McCollum. And they all said they left him out. Now, Tommy Hearns would have fought him. Tommy Hearns wanted to fight him, and Duran was scheduled to fight him. And Emmanuel Stewart gave the Duran fight to Hearns instead of to Mike McCollum, and then he always told Tommy that he's never going to put him in the ring with him because see, Tommy and Mike McCollum used to spar, and the thing is that he was probably the only man that Tommy could not land his right hand on. He was the only one. So that was the issue. That was the issue right there. So he couldn't land his right hand on on McCollum. McCollum would tear him up to the body all the time. You know, so there maybe was a question there. Even Hagler and Leonard both said that he was high risk and low reward. But then again, they fought a bunch of low risk fighters too. They didn't just fight all great fighters. They fought some low risk fighters. Jump on, brother. There you go. Punching bags come. I was happy to see you, brother. I'm gonna drop the link in there so you could jump on and you could give your thoughts here, good brother. How you been, Greg? Yeah, I just dropped the link in there. So, Greg, if you want to jump on, feel free to jump on, brother. But yeah, what I'm saying is with Tank, see, this is why I'm glad I have my own house, my own panel. I can say whatever I want. I think it's time for him to really put those questions to sleep about Shakur, put those questions to sleep about Lomo, put those questions to sleep about anybody, Russell. Uh, you know, now the Russell fight with him would be great for the state of Maryland. I mean, there's a whole Baltimore DC rivalry thing right there. And, it don't get no better than that, y'all. It really don't. It's like it don't get no better. I don't care what nobody says. It don't get no better than them. Once DC and DC and Baltimore get together, boy, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Yeah, let me tell you something, man. That's something special going on right there when them two get together. Any place they put that in the state of Maryland, if Russell and Tank hook up, it sells out. More than likely, they're gonna put it in Baltimore because Tank's the bigger name at the Raw Farms Arena. That's selling out in minutes. That's selling out. They'll probably sell out in an hour. That fight will sell out in an hour because of who they both are. You know. So instead of leaving questions on the table, let's not leave any questions on the table, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna enjoy watching the fight. When does Tank fight anyway, y'all? I know it's coming up, but when is this fight? Because I really don't keep up as much as I should, but I know it's coming up. So yeah, there you go, Marvin. Marvin, are you good?
Breaking up.
I know. I've been moving around. Let me turn off. You let me know when you can hear me, but it's been like that with the signal. I don't know what's up with the signal, but just tell me when you can hear me. I'm good.
Hello?
Yeah, I can
Huh?
hear you. I, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Marvin? No. How about now? Can you hear me? You break it up again. You went dark. You went dark on me, Marvin. You went dark. But yeah, once he clears up whatever he got to clear up, he'll pop back on. But like I said, when it comes to boxing, if you want to be considered great, I don't think you should have any asterisks next to your name. You shouldn't leave anything on the table. Shouldn't be nothing left on the table or anything like that. You should just put it on out there. You know, I should take my own advice especially when it comes to this podcasting thing. Just be more consistent. But you should put the whole thing out there. Why leave anything on the table? Why? You shouldn't leave nothing out there for chance, for play, or nothing like that. Do it. Weekend before or after Juneteenth. All right, Alonzo. Yeah. So, because to me, if he starts fighting those guys or beating those guys, he'll go on a whole nother level. There'll be no more question as to if this is that or that is this or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there'll be no question. Brian Hawkin, what's up, Brian? Yeah, but I just think when it comes to nowadays, when it comes to most boxers, okay, you get a big win, and then you say, well, this one is not worthy. That one don't make no money. It don't matter. Fight them, and there won't be any asterisks next to your name. There won't be nothing next to your name. Nothing. Brother Greg, how you doing, Greg?
Oh, what up, champ? You're talking.
Huh?
Yo, what's up, man?
Good, good. How do I sound? I sound clear?
No, I got like a 1 second, 2 second delay.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. I don't know why that is, brother. Hold on. Let me see something.
Yeah, I had that before too.
Where'd my tablet go? I think my tablet might be open. That could be why. You can still hear me, right?
I can hear you, but then the recording comes after that, so it's
A
kind of
recording?
yeah, it's kind of weird.
Okay. I don't know. Let me see if I close. I don't know if I got YouTube open on the tablet. That might have
Yeah,
something to do with it.
close your show so I can close the other show.
Yeah, I don't. Hold on. Okay. Okay. How am I sounding now? Sound any better now?
I can always hear you. It's just that it gives a replay about the second or two after.
Okay, so you're saying that there's a delay, right?
Yeah, I have no problem hearing you. It's just that it's doubling up. Like I can't explain it. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and I don't have the Bluetooth on or nothing. I turned that off. There's some kind of delay or something. Everything's
You got
turned
the
off.
Bluetooth on, Troy?
Nah, it's turned off. It's turned off. I definitely turned that off. Hold on. Yep, it's off. Everything's
You,
off.
you want me to go out and then try to come back in?
Yeah. And I'll work on the sound from my end too.
All right, all right, all
I'll
right.
work on the sound from my end and see what I get. Let me do this, y'all. Let me get off camera real quick. I'll go to settings, then I'll go to audio, right? iPhone microphone. Yeah. What if I do the headset? Where my mic? Yeah. Let's do the headphones and see if that does me any good. All right. Everybody coming on here saying that he breaking up. So let's do the headphones right quick. Let me turn these suckers on. All right. Okay. Headphones are turned on. Okay. Let's get back to here. Let me go to settings real quick. Everybody connected? All right. Let me go back here. Okay. Bam. There we go. Can somebody in the chat tell me how I sound? I got the headphones on. Do I sound clear? Let me turn off the notifications. Let me do that. That might have something to do with it too. These damn notifications keep coming. Notifications. Let's turn them off. Let's turn them off. Always. The notifications are off. All notifications are off. So I don't know. Instagram. Allow. Okay. Turn them off. They off. Okay. Who else is on? They were the only ones. All right. Bam, I hear you. Bam. Okay, Greg. How I sound now, brother?
I can always hear you. I can always hear you, yeah.
You can hear me, but you saying you hear an echo?
So what happens is like this. Let me say, hey Greg, hey brother Greg. And then about 2 seconds later it'll go, hey brother Greg again.
I don't know why that is. Everything is off. I turned
Oh,
off the you.
I don't know. It was happening. It was happening to me before too. So I don't know how you stop that. I don't know.
All
I
right.
think
Well,
it's
look. Uh-huh.
can you just use your earphones and not your show? Like turn the volume down on your TV, Troy.
No, it's not the
Turn the
TV.
volume
No.
down.
I just switched to the headphones. I just switched to the headphones.
No. I'm saying turn your computer volume down.
I did that too. It's on low. But let me do something real quick, Greg. Let me go to. Let me do something real quick. Maybe if I shut down this app right here. As long as you can still hear me, I'm good. Just tell me when you can't hear me.
I can
I'm gonna
hear
see.
the audio. Troy, the audio is clear on both the echo and the other one.
Okay. Microphone. Okay. How about now? How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've never lost audio with you. I've never lost audio with you. It's just that you get the delayed.
Oh well, I don't know
Yeah.
what to do about that because I did everything I
Hey,
could think about doing.
Troy, it's like a 2 second or 3 second delay. So it's not even like a half a second. It's like a 2 or 3 second delay.
Okay, well I tell you what, man, that's all right. Just as long as you can hear me. When I was talking to
I can
Marvin
hear
about,
you.
yeah, what I was talking to Brother Marvin about was I was saying that I understand that Frank Martin is the safest so-called slick black fighter that they could find for Tank to fight, right? I just don't want what I want for Tank is to fight all the people that are out there. So when he retires, it won't be no asterisk next to his name. Like, how come he didn't fight Lomachenko? How come he didn't fight Shakur? How come he didn't fight Haney? How come he didn't fight Russell? How come he didn't fight Subadu Martillo, whatever his name is? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What did you think? What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good question.
Yeah. Because if he leaves now, I mean, right now there's a bunch of asterisks out there because he's not fighting these guys. Well, they're not fighting each other. They're not fighting each other. There's still that big asterisk right there. Let me see who it is. Brian?
Yo, how you doing, Troy?
Oh, Brian. What's up? Brian, yeah. The brother Greg, this is Brian. He's from tell me from Ireland, Brian.
Yeah, I'm from Ireland, man.
Yeah, it's it's one of
How you doing? How you doing? What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, my thing with us, right? Frank Martin and this Tank Davis fight is, I do think Frank Martin's a good fighter, but for me, he's an untested prospect.
Mm-hmm.
At this point in time, that's just how I see it. He is a good fighter at the level he's been at, but he's not faced anyone near Tank, right? And that's hard to do, right? But these guys at these divisions, right? They just seem to be avoiding each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's the asterisk there, right? Of like avoiding City.
Right.
You got. Let me see who's at 140, right? Jesus Christ, names have slipped my freaking head now.
Who you trying to remember? Give me an idea.
Freaking hell, who's that one? Names have just slipped my freaking brain there for a second. Right here, Troy knows I know my boxing, so
Yeah.
If not that, right? I just man, right? Like like Devin, you got Devin. Things not going to be there for too long. Ryan, he's going to move up to 147. He can't make 140. Like Loma, right? He could have fought Loma at 135, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, but for me, right, Loma's not a 140 pounder, right? Like,
No.
I've
No, he
always
needs
said
to
he's
stay where
maxed
he
out at
is.
135, right? I've been saying that for years, right? That's his max.
Yeah, he needs to stay right where he is.
Yeah. He can't move up. Like the boxing landscape right now is down there. It's not very exciting. You got what's his name, Shakur Stevenson, who is a good fighter. You got
Mhm.
Isaac Cruz. Like like there is fights to be made down there. You know what I mean?
Right. And Greg, man, I see you over there. So, what's your thoughts on all this?
Yeah. There.
Can't hear you, Greg.
I can't really follow it, to be honest with you. It's
Yeah.
looping. Yeah,
Okay.
it's looping on me, so I can't really follow the conversation.
I can hear you just fine, though. I see. That's the thing. I can hear you and Brian just fine. How do I sound, Brian? Do I
That's
sound
what
clear?
I'm saying.
I can hear Troy. Greg is a little bit low. The volume.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I'm apparently I'm looping.
Buddy, it's just that it keeps looping.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I turned everything off. Everything off. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Is StreamYard getting worse?
Yeah, but what do you think about Usyk now? Right? Why did he get stripped? Did he get stripped recently for belt?
IBS stripped him.
Why? That's the same thing they did with Crawford. Why?
Yeah. The way I heard it, right, was the rematch. The IBF saw about facing your mandatories.
Mm-hmm.
So if Tyson Fury and Fing rematched, then that was, for some reason they don't like undisputed. It seems like when a fighter gets undisputed, it's like, all right, we're going to strip him.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. I suppose they don't like a monopoly of one fighter controlling a division.
But that makes no sense because every belt has a sanctioning fee that nobody knows where the money goes. So they just shorted themselves a sanctioning fee.
Yeah. Right. Who they got? Right. They had Herkovich was meant to be the number one contender. He got beat last time around.
I can't stand that boy.
So he was meant to fight Usyk.
Yeah,
right?
I can't stand Herkovich for whatever. I just can't stand. I'm glad he lost.
I'm the same, man. I know L Dog wasn't happy anyway.
Yeah.
L Dog loves Herkovich, so but yeah, man. The boxing just seems to be in a position now where sorry, my nephews are making a noise.
That's all right. Cause I can still hear you. And you forget I'm a father, but it's been so many years. My kids are grown now, so
yeah. Well, I got a niece and I got a nephew. They're 5 and 6.
I got grandkids, man. So
yeah.
I'm good.
Hey, Connor, can you close the door? Hey.
But yeah, so what do you think? What do you think about this up and coming fight now with Crawford and this guy looks like he's a tough guy, man.
Magnadov, yeah, he's good, right? He does have a guard splitting issue, right? He does hold a wide guard for me, right? Magnadov is strong, he's steady. He's got a good jab. Magnadov has a good jab, right? Mm-hmm. He's got a good jab. He's very solid. He does everything like 1-2, 1-2. He does everything in rhythm, right? He's a rhythm-based fighter. Mm-hmm. He's a come forward fighter, which might suit Bud, right? Because Bud ain't gonna go chasing. Magnadov ain't gonna back off. I think it'll be a good fight, but I just think Bud's got way too much from him, honestly, right?
All right.
Yeah, I think Bud will. I can see it being competitive for 4 or 5 rounds,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can see Bud just taking over.
What? Okay, now let's say he wins. This is Crawford, and that fight comes about. It actually manifests itself.
Yeah.
Alvarez versus Crawford. How do you see that going?
Okay. Honestly, I'd like to see how he does against Magnadov, right? Because at this point, he's not even dipped his toe at 154.
Mm-hmm.
Bud, right? So moving up from 147, right? 154 and then 168, right? People say Bud's bigger and all this here, right? But Canelo's used to fighting bigger guys. He's taken power from bigger men. You know what I mean? So I don't see Bud hurting him.
Mm-hmm.
For me, Bud will have to be Bud.
No.
Yeah, he has to be defensively minded. He, not make too many mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him. I don't see him really hurting. You know what I mean? I don't see him hurting him. Honestly, right?
I don't see it either.
Bud can win by decision. I'll put it like this. For me, Canelo has more ways to win.
Yeah,
right?
with his size and everything.
Yeah, the size and everything, right? When Bud gets hurt, he wants to get his get back. We've seen that throughout his whole career. If Canelo hurts him, right? If Canelo does hurt him, right? Does he get his get back, right? Because I think that's the wrong game plan against the bigger, stronger guy who's been in there with bigger, stronger guys for the last 5, 6, 7 years in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not even dipped his toe at 154 yet. And we're talking about him fighting the pound for pound king at 168 over the last number of years.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Bud Crawford. I'm a massive fan, right? But
Mm-hmm.
there's weights for a reason.
Well, Bud said that out of his own mouth. There's weights for a reason. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that fight will ever happen. But what I do see when it comes to Alvarez at this point in his life, this point in his career, he's not done. As they say, this is Floyd Mayweather blueprint. What he's doing is he's taking fights that relatively he should beat. I mean, on the surface, he should beat these fighters, and he's padding his bank account. He already put in the hard work and fought the Triple G's and everybody else that he was supposed to fight, right?
Yeah.
So now he's older and he knows, Father Time is undefeated. So he's like, why am I going to kill myself? Training is getting harder and harder every day.
Yeah.
So why am I going to kill myself? Why don't I just fight God? Because look, what's the name? Had a name. He had a name. What's his name? The last guy, Munguia had a name, but in all reality, that's all he had. He didn't have anything else, did he? He had a name and he had heart, obviously, because he gave Canelo some tough fight, right?
Yeah. You're on about Munguia, Jaime Munguia.
Jaime Munguia, right? And then after that, now I don't know who he fights next, because I don't know if he's going to wait to see if Crawford wins this fight, or he'll take another fight in between that. Because in all reality, he doesn't need to take another fight in between that, because he's been one of the most busy fighters in boxing at the moment, right?
During COVID, right? Like he was, like he kept boxing alive during COVID.
Yeah,
like through that period, right? He was the busiest fighter in the whole sport during COVID, and slightly when COVID was ending. I talked about his busy schedule for 2 years. I think he had something like 6, 7 fights, which today, right, is unheard of today.
Yes.
Like that doesn't happen. So, right, yeah, he's put in the hard yards. Like he's got 2 guys there, right, that are tough opponents for him. If he chooses to go down that route and he wants to go down the Legends path, maybe one of these young guys will beat him. That's David Benavidez and David Morrell, right?
Okay. Stop right there. David Morrell is an unproven prospect.
Yes,
He's only
yes,
got 9 fights. Remember, we
yes.
had this conversation. I think you were there. We had this conversation on somebody else's show, and I kept telling people,
I think it was black and brown.
yeah, what I said on that panel is give this young man a chance to grow before y'all act like he's Jesus and he walking on water. And
Yeah.
you're a fool, you this and that and that, the third. I'm
No,
like,
I agree with you, right? The only reason I think Morrell could beat Canelo, right, is father time. You know, right? Father time catches up. Just like Canelo looks old overnight.
Yeah.
You know, right? That can happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we seen a young guy come in, right, and he beats the older, more, you know what I mean, like the older, more experienced guy, right, whose body has gone through the ringer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that, you know, and Morrell does have skills, right? But you know, it's like Martin, right? He's an untested prospect. At the level he is at, he's clearly better than the competition he's been fighting.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I do agree with that, right? But here, Benavidez is a threat. I don't, right now he's a threat. David Benavidez.
Well, Brian, you know, I tell you what, you know, we first interviewed him, myself and Major, back in 2021, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
I told him now is not his time. It's not his time right now. He's not going to beat He's not going to beat
Canelo.
He's not going to beat he's not going to beat Alvarez. We fight him right now. And he said forcefully that he disagrees with me, right? And I believe he came back a year after that, and I said, okay, he had a look in his eye after that. His whole demeanor, his whole look was different. He's hungry and he mean and he's focused, right?
Yeah.
This is when he just beat the French guy, which I don't even know why they put him in there with him, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I told him if you keep going on the pace you're going, in about a year or so, you're gonna be a problem for Alvarez. You are.
Yeah.
And after that year, you're gonna beat him. And if he waits any longer, you're gonna beat him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, you know. So, but you know, to me, I don't know if this is how I feel about it. I think Alvarez will eventually fight him when he's ready to actually leave the sport. And he'll ask for so much money to fight him that either you're gonna take it or leave it, right?
Yeah. You know, the only way that fight gets made is the Turks for me. Is that Turk guy, Saudi Arabia. For me, that's the only way that fight gets made.
Yeah, but the dollars have to make sense. No one's paying anybody $200 million for that fight because neither one of them. No, Alvarez like Floyd only got that type of money with Pacquiao because of Pacquiao had Asia and he had the Philippines, and then it was this false narrative that he had all of America when that was really not true because he couldn't just fight anybody and sell. If you put Floyd in there with like who was the guy that fought Tyson when he first got out of jail? You know, the pizza driver. What was his name again?
Yeah, I know the guy. I forget his freaking name. Yeah,
McNeely or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter McNeely. So if you put Floyd in with a Peter McNeely, no one watches that. He's not Mike Tyson. So to say that he's a big American star, that was always a lie. He will always need a dance partner because you don't expect to get anything excited when you watch him, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's actually the difference here. But when it comes to Alvarez and David Benavidez, if he asks for $50 million, they're gonna give it to him, right?
Yeah. No, I think they will. But here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think Benavidez is a star.
No, he's I tell you what, Benavidez is a well-known commodity in boxing.
Yeah.
In boxing, and Tyson helped him out by saying his name on his show. Made people go look him up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but
No, that's
outside of that, they didn't capitalize on that. They didn't put him on any talk shows. They didn't put him nowhere for the people to get familiar with him. Once Mike Tyson said your name, you should have got yourself booked on the show. Right?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true, right? Not just that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, when I like David Benavidez. I think some of his fans are over the top. One in particular. I think you know what I'm on about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me shout out Puro. He's in the chat. Puro, what's going on, man? If you want to jump on, the link is the hell. Why do I keep putting this tablet? The link is in the
description
in the chat.
In
Okay,
the
I'm
chat.
sorry, man. Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
man. I got to grab my tablet so I can pin it to the thing. All
Yeah.
right.
No. Yeah. No worries. Okay. What was I saying?
You were saying that he's not a star. Talking about David Benavidez.
Yeah. He's not right. Like he fought Dudu. I don't think that fight did well numbers wise. Like he's like King of Plant. King of Plant was an interesting fight, right? For me, going into it, I slightly picked Caleb because I just thought he was a slightly better boxer. And for me, if Caleb could maintain more than 7-8 rounds, I thought he would win. You know what I mean? Which he fell off around round 7, right? And David just put the pressure on him. Just not that, right? He was standing right in front of David.
Mm-hmm.
So he was, and David was just teeing off on him at that point. And can I just say, right, David has a lot of good qualities. His best quality is his stamina. That guy can do it. That guy can do it for 12 rounds, right? The later the fight goes, the stronger he gets. I honestly believe that, right? Like I like David Benavidez. He's one of these guys. If he does fight Canelo, right? If he beats Canelo, right? Like he has to sell that. He has to sell that to the people, right? Depends on how he wins too. Because if he wins convincingly, you know what I mean, right? But people are going to say, "Well, Canelo was past it." The Canelo lovers are going to say that there, right? There'll be some people popping and saying this is David Benavidez's time, but he has to sell it, right? And there's a young guy coming through called David Morrell, right? Get him a few fights, get him a few more fights, make that a big fight in a few years' time, right? And sell that, right? And see if these guys can fly on their own, right? Because when Canelo leaves the sport, these guys are going to have to learn to fly on their own.
Yeah, right? They are. Because he's carrying that whole division.
Yeah, just not the whole division, right? At one point, and you know this, at one point, right? He had guys in 6 different weight divisions waiting to see if he would pick them.
Well, I could vouch for 3, but I don't know about 6. What's the 6?
All right. What's his freaking name? Above 175.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, the 200 one.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, right.
That one.
You had Bivol waiting, right? You had David Benavidez at 168, right? You had Jamal Charlo at 160, right? You had Jamel Charlo at 154, right? And at 1.2, he was mentioned with the likes of Usyk, right? Personally, I don't think that fight was ever going to happen, right? But you know where I am with that, right? At one point, they were talking about he would beat Usyk. This was before the Bivol fight, right? So this guy's had people in 6 different divisions, right, waiting to see if he'd pick up the phone and call them.
Right.
Right. But you know where I am with that. Right. So, you know, like this guy is a big thing, but as I keep saying, right, think when Canelo retires, it's sink or swim. And for me, right, these guys might be talented, but who's the next big character in boxing? Who's the next
Nobody.
guy who's going to carry it forward? I don't see many characters in boxing that's going to, right? I think Bud Crawford's the best boxer, pure boxer.
Mhm.
Right? You got Naoya Inoue, brilliant boxer, right? These guys ain't characters. These guys ain't going to sell themselves. These guys ain't going to sell the sport like that.
Nope.
They will do it in the ring, right? They'll do it with their skill, right? But if people don't know who they are, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Hmm.
then there's you know, like for me, right? Boxing needs characters, right? They need people to back it up. They back up the characters as well.
Yeah, they do. They do. They do.
You know,
They,
and that's
they
where the
definitely
sport
need
is,
that.
right? And a sink or swim for these guys, right? When Canelo leaves, who's the next guy, right? Just not in ticket sales, but in character. Who's the next guy who's going to take that spotlight? Because we might be waiting for years for that to happen. Unfortunately, you know.
Mhm.
So, like, it's a shame, but it's just the way boxing is now.
Well, you know what? The one thing about Alvarez, his fights, I don't give a damn about the numbers. His fights are fan friendly. I can say that about his fights. They're very fan friendly, you know?
Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
not like
no, yeah, right. Like, yeah, he's a good fighter. He's been around. You know, he's a vet. You know, you know, the guy has about 60 plus fights
yeah.
in the
And-
in the pro game, right?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, like you know, you gotta you know, if you like him or not, right? You gotta respect that. I don't care who you are. You gotta respect it. I
Yeah,
do.
you do. And I'm sick of people saying that his career was a setup and he ducked, because I always have the same question. Okay, anybody he ducked there should be a reason why he ducked him. How come none of these cats that they said he ducked fought the tougher competition? Why aren't
Yeah.
they just as why aren't they just as accomplished? If he ducked all of them, where's the duck?
Yeah, well, right here, Boo Boo was after him for years, right? Boo Boo's best opponent was Liam Williams. Prior to highest ranked opponents was Liam Williams, right? Prior
Mhm.
to fighting Benavidez, right?
Right.
So as soon as Boo Boo fought a top guy, he gets destroyed.
Mhm.
Boo Boo after round was his career. I'm waiting for a phone call for Canelo. Why? For no other reason than a paycheck.
Well, you can say the same thing about the Charlos.
Yeah.
He offered them, and the other guy. How are you allowed to sit on a belt for 3 years without defending?
I know, right?
How are you allowed to do that?
Yeah, right. After Brian, Feng beat Brian Castano, right?
Mhm.
Jamel, I was like, this guy's got a good career if he pushes the thing, right? And I remember seeing the same thing about his brother, right? After he beat what's his freaking name, Derevyanchenko in Jamal, right? When Jamal beat Derevyanchenko.
Jamal, that's the one at 160, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had a
that's-
tough fight
yeah.
with him, and he outlasted him. Yes, he outlasted.
Yeah,
him.
he completely boxed him, right? That's for me, that's his best performance, right? Utilizing his jab, 1-2s, keeping it long range, making Derevyanchenko miss, countering him at every. But that for me, that's the best performance I've seen, right? And after that, he didn't push on the gas, right? He went and he fought. I forget who he fought. He had a lackluster performance. He takes like 2.5 years out of the ring. He comes back, fights once, and we haven't seen him since. Right? That's Jamal Charlo, right? Jamal has done no better, right? Jamal became undisputed at 154, and he fucked up after that. He didn't want to fight nobody. It's like I've become undisputed, right? And then when Canelo came calling, that was the next time we seen him,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Charlos, man.
I'm not either.
People keep saying that they did this and they did that. I mean, I don't. What did they do?
None
What did they do?
here, right? I give Jamel credit. He was undisputed 154. Apart from that, right? Not much.
Mhm.
Right? I always go back to the Villa fight. You know the Villa, the body shot, Banana,
Mhm.
right? Remember that weak ass jab that knocked out Banana. Banana jumped around the ring like he was,
You
hit
talking
with a
about
bazooka.
Crusher?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. He right, that weak ass jab, right? That tapped him in the stomach, and he jumped around the ring like he was hit with a bazooka.
No, I've never been. I'm not no Crusher fan, so I can't.
Yeah, like all these guys have been waiting on Canelo. That's the reality of it. Their careers are stalled, right? They've not tested themselves beyond that, right? And here's the thing, right? People say Canelo's ducked these guys, right? My question is, what have they done to get a fight with Canelo?
Right. I mean, thank you. That's the same damn question I have. What have they done? I mean,
Yeah.
because not just to fight him, but throughout their whole career.
Yeah, like what have they done to get a fight? Well, with him, right? How have they separated themselves from the pack? Right? Not many can say they have. Boxing has been stale over the last number of years. There's a few guys keeping it going, right? The problem is, right, between these guys keeping it going, their personality comes down to zero.
Yeah.
Boxing needs characters who can back up what they say. You need a Prince Nazim Muhammad. You need a Muhammad Ali, right? You need talkers. You need a Mike Tyson, right?
Or
when he said something mean, you need a
someone
Floyd.
who's a straight shooter that really has that timing where because Joe Louis was a straight shooter, but he would say stuff that he had that timing. Like he's the one that said that you could run but you can't hide. That was him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He had the bum of the month club after he cleaned out the lot. He's the one that when he was talking to Ali, and you can find this video on YouTube, Ali was like, Joe was sitting on a couch still doing an interview. And Ali was like, yeah, Joe, I don't know if you could beat me. Yeah, Joe, I'm faster than you, and I did this and I did that, and I will beat you. And you had a bum of the month club. And Joe Louis calmly looked into the camera and then looked at Ali and said, and you would be on that club too. That's what he said to him. He said, look right at Ali, told him, you would be one of them bums. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you need that. You need the good guy, you need the stern guy, you need the personality, and you need the funny guy, you need the outrageous guy. You need all of that.
Yeah, right. Like in the 80s, you had the Four Kings.
Yeah.
Right. In the late 80s, you had Mike Tyson. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the mid 90s to the late 90s, you had people like Lennox Lewis. You had you had people like Prince Nazim Muhammad. Right.
Mm-hmm.
In the 2000s, it was Mayweather.
Mayweather really wasn't a personality.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't a personality. He said a lot, right? But he had a rivalry going on, right, in front of our eyes that we were all wanting to see.
With who?
Manny. Right. It just never happened. Manny had his rivalry with Juan Marquez.
And
right?
and he had the one with the other one too, Barrera, right?
Yeah, Barrera, right? Eric Morales. Boxing back in the day was you had characters, you had different personalities, you had different fighting styles that meshed into excitement, right? Now I don't know if it's because there's so much footage in these guys that it's become boring, right? A lot of fans can break down fights now,
Mm.
based on patterns of what they've seen in previous fights, right?
Mhm.
It's easier accessible now to get. You go YouTube, just say you want to see a fighter, you go YouTube them or you go look them up on the internet. You get their last couple of fights, and you get patterns
Mhm.
into it. It's right, but it's boxing is lacking that mysteriousness. It's lacking that unpredictability now. Also,
And intrigue.
intrigue. Yeah,
It's just not
and
intriguing anymore. It's just not. It's just not very
yeah,
intriguing anymore. I mean, you have guys who can fight, but they're not very interesting guys.
yeah. Which is
I mean,
unfortunate, right? I like Usyk as a character. I think he's a good character. I think he's funny when he speaks English. I think his broken English is funny, right? Because uh, when he says something, he sounds mean saying it with the Russian accent. Or the Ukrainian accent. You know what I mean?
mhm.
That sounds funny as fuck, right? But sorry for cursing. But
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and you have these guys who are supposedly these guys. Everybody wants to anoint somebody like the scariest man in boxing, or the boogeyman, like
yeah,
Subaru Martinez, but he's no boogeyman. He walks in a straight line and he punches.
yeah,
He takes a punch to land a. He'll take three
yeah,
punches to land his punch. He'll take two punches to land his punch. There's really nothing really fascinating about the guy. People want to brand him as a boogeyman and all that, right?
yeah.
But
But
it's
just
really
not that. But who legit has he beat to become a boogeyman?
exactly. I gets on
You
my
know,
nerves. I mean, me. I don't think. Okay, listen. I think what Don King did when Tyson went away, and people are saying, "Well, he's over now. Finally, he's over." He did something brilliant. He put
yeah,
matches together. He put
yeah,
cards together that would feature three championship fights: Simon Brown, Michael Mora, and who else fought all on the same card? Right, all these champions all fought, and they were very good fights.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So, mhm,
yeah, like that here. That's what I'm saying, right? Back then, right? Like fighters now, right? These young guys that come in, they get their massive contracts. They get a few fights, a few wins, right?
mhm,
Right. These guys are millionaires before they're 23, 24, right? Not just millionaire, multimillionaires, right? The incentive goes on these guys, you know what I mean? Like to get out and fight, right? Don King had these guys fighting for freaking pennies on on the dot, right? Like, cents on the dollar,
mm,
right? And these guys were hungry. Those guys were hungry, right? They knew they knew if they didn't fight, they didn't get paid.
mm,
Fighters today don't have that, right? Because they can go into endorsement deals, right? Some of them are, doing commercials. Others are doing other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, like there's not that fear anymore, right? Of this is how I make my money. A lot of these guys are looking at boxing as a step to, prelude something else.
mhm.
Prelude to do something else. As a stepping stone, which I think is something wrong with boxing. I don't think you should become a millionaire in boxing till you win a championship against a legit
Well,
champion.
well, you're paying for services that haven't been rendered yet, and
Yeah,
you saw what happened with Brona. He
yeah,
got the money and everything early, and look at him now. He's Brona's done. He don't need to put on gloves ever again. He's
yeah,
finished. He needs
yeah,
to go to rehab, clean his life up. He's a good promoter, so maybe he'll come out and he'll stick to his music business because he has a brother that raps. He has a studio. I think he's fairly pretty good at doing that, and no one's hitting you. Unless you start a beef, no one's gonna shoot you, so you'll be all right. But
Yeah.
I'd never want to see him in the ring again. Never.
Yeah, I agree, right? Blair Cobbs too is not much of a, is not much shit. I don't rate that guy, right? For me, right, I always thought if Broner hits this guy in the chin, he could knock him out. Even though, right, he was getting outboxed in there. I was just hoping, just maybe Broner just might hit this guy because I'm not a fan of Blair Cobbs. He's a big mouth for me that can't back it up.
Most fighters are like that nowadays.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Now, what do you think about the whole Ryan Garcia thing? You know, he was arrested recently, right?
No, I never heard that. No.
Yeah, let me double check while I'm talking to you, but I'm pretty sure, like 100%, that I read from someplace, that I could verify, and that's legit, that he was arrested, right?
Okay. Well,
so what do you think is going on with that boy?
I don't know. Here's the thing, right? Well, he came in 3 pounds overweight, right? He paid the fine prior to the fight. So Haney's been complaining. Well, he came in, right? The drugs. You know me, Troyer. I've been saying it for years. All these guys do it. Just some get caught. And somewhere or another, they're all, taking something to, enhance their performance, right? They go through cycles. They know when they're being drug tested. They know when to lay off the drugs. They know when to, go back on it again. They know how much to take, without it showing up in tests and all that there, right? Like these guys have professional. These guys have professional chefs. I'm going to call them chefs, right?
Right.
Take care of their diet, their body, right? A lot of these guys, right? So, but Ryan seems to be in a spiral. I don't know what's wrong with him. I was more shocked to the fact. And I said this before, right? I was at a birthday party the Thursday before the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney fight. And I got a cousin who's the biggest boxing casual you'd ever meet, right? Guy knows basically nothing about boxing. And he turned and said to me, this Devin Haney Ryan Garcia fight, he must have been listening to that or something. Right? And he goes to me, Devin has to watch out for Ryan's quick left hook. Right? The boxing casual saying this to me, right? And I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck did the Haney corner, right, not make any adjustments for that left hook?
Because a lot of people don't know boxing like they think they do. They just don't. They just don't know boxing like they think they do, my dear brother. I mean, you could talk it, you could walk it, but if you don't really know it, I mean, I don't know if you weren't on earlier, so you didn't see Marvin McDowell, right? That was the first brother I had on. Did you see him?
No, I did not.
Yeah, Marvin's been on the show forever. Marvin's a good friend of mine. I say he's my brother. He's been on when I was with Major. He's been on my show all the time. He's a Hall of Famer. He's in the Maryland Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's a trainer. He's trained champions. He's worked with anybody that's come out of Baltimore that has a name. If you name him, then they know who he is. Tank's trainer was trained by Marvin. That's his mentor, right?
Yeah.
So Franchon Truz, that's where she got her start. And I tell you, as I'm sitting here, she was diamond tip sharp when she was with him. I don't know what you're seeing right now. That's not Franchon. When I knew Franchon, she was something special. She was sparring 6'6" heavyweights. She was sparring cruiserweights, male, because she had cleaned out Maryland. There was no woman there that wanted to fight her, right?
Yeah.
So basically, we have these conversations. Now, he knows boxing. He would have made adjustments. I don't know. To me, what I saw was this when it comes to the Haney fight. Haney got hit and hurt, and his fight plan and focus went out the window. He just wanted to fight. And really, he didn't want to fight because he kept hesitating. But he was strong enough to get up every time. If you're strong, to me, if I'm a fighter, if I'm a fighter now, if me and you get in there and you drop me 3 times, I said, okay. He put me down 3 times, but I got up. I'm gonna give you hell. I'm gonna give you hell because obviously you can't put me away. So I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna be careful.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get myself back together and be careful. But I'm gonna give you hell. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to give you hell. Right?
yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna be in front of
Yeah,
him
yeah. I
and not
get,
throw punches or nothing like that.
yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was talking. Okay, Ghost. Right, Ghost don't like me, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, don't pay no attention to him, man. I don't know who that is. Don't pay no attention to him.
No. Right. Every panel I go on, this guy, ragdolls me. So
Yeah.
it is what it is, right? But
Listen. I actually put the link in there, and I told him if he wants to come up, he can come up. He hasn't come
oh
up
no, he
yet,
never
has
does. He never does, right?
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
paying attention to that.
Yeah, no. I'm just gonna have whatever, right? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like exactly, right? I would expect that too, right? Or you knock me down 3 times, right? I'm going to get up and I'm going to try, to give you hell, right? I'm going to, hopefully make adjustments. Hopefully I make adjustments after the first knockdown. So I limit that happening again. Right? That's he did get up. Right? You're right. Devin did get up, right? He kept getting up. Here Bruce Gas was talking to Tim Witherspoon the last day, right? On I think it was Friday night.
Okay.
Friday night, right? And Tim Witherspoon goes, he's been in gyms, and he's been in gyms where basically he goes, these fighters they're not taught defense, they're taught offense. And once a lot of these fighters get cracked, get hurt, they don't know how to survive.
No, they don't.
And
do not.
Like you seen guys rocked in the 80s, right? In the 90s, right? They're right. They're back in the fight, right? A couple rounds down the line, like you don't see that now. You don't see the ebbs and flows. You don't see the constant ripping to the body, coming up to the head, ripping back down to the body again. You don't see, like you don't see two guys just wheeling on each other like you did back then,
purposefully, not just but purposely. Kind of like with a Gotti Ward. People said, "Oh, stupid people would say, well, they just rock 'em, sock 'em robots." Really? Is that what you see? Because that's not what I saw.
I saw two guys with heart. I saw two guys who didn't want to lose.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna go Diego Cruz, Jose Luis Castillo. I saw two guys who didn't want to lose.
Exactly. I mean,
right? I saw two guys who were willing to push each other.
Let me tell you what, man. I'm gonna jump off here in probably the next 5 minutes because I've been on since 1:00, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go chill and water. Matter of fact, I gotta go water my plants, baby. Every day at 4 o'clock, I water my plants, right? So I'm gonna go water my plants, chill, and because I stay on for about 2 hours, and then I say that's it. But I think I have a feeling I might come back with something else today, but that's probably gonna be a non-boxing subject. We'll see, man. But it was definitely good hearing from you, man.
Yeah, it's been a while, Troy. Hope you're doing well, bro.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Don't pay attention to this. I don't know who this cat is. To me, listen, say what you want to say about me. How many times have I sat in the chat and talked stuff and not come on the panel? You know me. I'll come on the panel and talk stuff, right?
Yeah.
And everybody, oh, he's a troll. He's this or that and the third. And people could laugh at me, but one they'll never say to you is that he's a liar. You don't know what he's talking about. Do you know anybody who can say that when it comes to boxing?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true, right? And
Yeah, and
you know me, I'll talk my shit too, and I'll come on the panel, right? I don't insult
yeah.
people. I don't insult people, right? But I do talk. I will insult their boxers. I will insult, not their boxers, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I'll criticize boxers. I'll criticize their boxers' skills levels, style, all that their
Okay.
ability, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
right? From a boxing, I'll go at them, right? I don't
Right.
really
Right.
insult
Right. Right.
people, right? I make that a mind not to, unless they're an absolute troll, right? And someone like Pigeon,
Mm-hmm.
who who deserves it half the time. You know what I mean? But but here, you know yourself, Troy, right? You've known me now for about 4 years, so I don't, I try to keep it respectful and within the conversation or topic of boxing. You know that yourself. I think Troy dropped off. Yeah, I said that. Here, have a good one, Troy. Don't know what happened, Troy. I don't know if you can hear me. Hey, but I'm going to leave, guys. Have a good one, guys. Peace.
Oh, finally, what happened? Exit. Okay. I know what happened, y'all. I know what happened now. See? I knew. Let me turn this chumpy off here. You off. All right. All right. Come on. I know what happened. Allow. Okay. I figured out what happened. I had a call come in while I had my headphones on, right? Let me see if I can open this up finally. I had a call come in while Brian was still on the air and I had my headphones off. That's what knocked him off. But I never hung up a call that I was on. So that's probably the echo that Marvin and Greg heard. They heard an echo because I don't think I cleared the line out on that call. And that call was probably still on hold. That's probably what the issue was right there and then. That probably the whole time I was talking to them, that call was still open. And that's why they were hearing the echo. So that's what it was. Because if this call didn't come through, then I would never have known that. What am I doing? Yeah, I just want to see. Let me see something, because I've been having a problem pulling up my own live on the tablet. So let me. I'm still having that same problem, but let me. I don't know why it won't pull up. I have no idea. But let me play. Let me see how I sound on the tablet. Yeah, whatever. Well, I can't even do that. It won't open. But I think that was the issue. That was the freaking issue right there. Is that I could not. I didn't know that line was open. The other phone line was open, and that's probably what caused the issue. Why I couldn't pull up my own. I couldn't. Why not Brian, Marvin and Greg heard the echo. That's probably what it was. So let me. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. I'm watching myself on live, but now there's no volume. That's probably what it was. Okay. So let me. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. There's a delay. I'm watching myself on live, but now there's no volume. There's a delay now. That's probably what it was. Okay. So let me. Why is there a delay? Good Lord, have mercy. There's a delay. I'm watching myself on live, but now there's no volume. There's a delay. A lot of shit going on there. But anyway, I've been on since 1 o'clock, so I gotta go water my plants, y'all. So y'all be blessed, and Thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody that's going to watch the replay. But my babies need me, so I got to go tend to my babies. I got to find you something to go out with because this has not been one of my best lives. But I'll be back tomorrow too, y'all. I'm definitely coming back tomorrow. Now I'm all hyped up. I've been chilling, waiting for my son because I want to do the Book of the Month Club. Sucker ain't never show up, but then I realized he started his new job. But he could have still picked up the phone and be like, "Well, I can't make it, Daddy. I called the boy 10 times. This old sucker." So yeah, old sucker ain't show up like he was supposed to. So I'm just gonna leave y'all with something. You know what? I want to hear this today. I definitely want to hear this. So there's always a way to get something done. There's a way. Hold on, y'all. I mean, to me, I really could have done a lot if I wanted to without him. I really don't need him. But we got this thing going. We listen to audio books every month, and I really wanted to keep that up, and I want to review it, but the sucker never called me back. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and deal with that, and we're gonna start doing a Book of the Month Club, everyday audio Book of the Month. If y'all want to join in, uh, just talk to me when I'm on live, and we'll talk about it. But thank y'all for coming out, man. Bless up and big up yourself. This is Mos Def, and the song is called There Is a Way. There is a way.
Flash it. New day. This is a song. Got 2 lyrics. Very simple and plain. We can all sing together. Nobody should feel left out. Join in. This is a song that people need to be singing right about now. When they're telling you that you can't, you should. You won't. Tell them this, tell them this, tell them this. No matter what they
Bless up and big up yourself. Thank y'all for coming up, man. And give me the most valuable thing you have. That is your time. Your time. Hopefully, I handled myself accordingly and you got something out of it. I will be back tomorrow or maybe tonight. You never know with me, but I'll probably be back tonight. Or tomorrow. I'm not talking about. I'm order my plans. Bless up and pick up yourself.